at the front door. Come on, kick your shoes off. Honey, let your hair down. I know a little back porch, we can get a little lost. Baby, let me show you how. Hammock be swaying, Buffett be playing, salt shaker shaking, with you by my side. Guitar will be strumming, moon will be wondering why I can't stop touching with you by that fire. We're two hearts willing, you and me chillin', Margaritaville. Probably think I'm crazy, 'cause I've been going crazy, waiting for a night like this. I'll pour you some tequila, be the one that steals your heart, and one sweet kiss. Hammock be swaying, Buffett be playing, salt shaker shaking, with you by my side. Guitar will be strumming, moon will be wondering why I can't stop touching with you by that fire. We're two hearts willing, you and me chillin', Margaritaville. Hammock be swaying, Buffett be playing, salt shaker shaking, with you by my side. Two hearts willing, you and me chillin', Margaritaville. We're two hearts willing, you and me chillin', Margaritaville.
All right, welcome to episode number 97 of Tunesday Tuesday with yours truly, Boston Chris, with the one and only Shane Pons is here tonight on the show for the very first time. We only have 4 episodes left of this show until we go over to live and unscripted with Boston Chris, which starts in June. But guys, let me tell you a little bit more about Shane. So, Shane Pons, country music recording artist Shane Pons and his team travel nationwide performing in venues large and small, from big top fairs and music festivals to restaurants, bars, and private celebrations. With a show that scales seamlessly from full production concert to acoustic duo, he delivers powerful vocals and an unforgettable live experience that leaves every crowd inspired. In 2026, Shane will debut an all-new live show featuring fresh original music that showcases his signature country grit with a slash of old rock and roll soul sound. Whether it's a 1,000-seat amphitheater or a sunset setting on a beach patio, Shane Pons brings authenticity, energy, and heart to every stage he steps on. Shane is a powerhouse artist whose voice fills the room and his heart fills the stage. Blending classic country storytelling with a hint of modern country rock edge, Shane brings grit, grace, and genuine energy to every performance. His songs are empowering and hopeful, his smile disarming, and his shows packed with laughter, dancing, and connection. Over the past several years, Shane has earned his reputation as a crowd favorite on state and county fair stages across the country, opening for major artists including Confederate Railroad, Doug Stone, Shenandoah, and Trini Triggs. From festival main stages to intimate acoustic sets, he brings the same passion and professionalism that wins over audiences of all ages. And we're stoked to have Shane here on the Boston Chris Show via Tunesday Tuesday for the very first time ever. And let's get into it with the one and the only Shane Pons. Shane, how are you, my dude? Welcome to the Boston Chris Show, man. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, dude. I'm stoked to have you here, dude. I'm a big fan of the current single Margarita Villain, which we just played the intro for it. Man, I love the vibe. It's like chilling Margarita Villain, but like the first time I saw the title, I was thinking about somebody like the bad guy, like an evil dude just drinking margaritas everywhere. The Margarita Villain, you know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, so you just never know what the song titles are going to bring to the picture of someone's mind, right?
Right. That's good.
So
I like that.
Where are you from originally, dude?
I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, born and raised,
Okay.
and reside in Minden. Help take care of my mom, and right now, and travel everywhere.
Yeah. Very cool. I did not know that. That's cool, man. So, residing in Minden now. I've wrestled in Minden years and years and years ago when I was a professional wrestler. I had a season in my life for about 2 or 3 years where I did that. But I believe you guys have like a church or something there with a gymnasium that we wrestled in one time.
Yep, probably First Baptist.
Yeah.
They got a big, huge church, huge gymnasium.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. So how'd you get started in the music biz, man? Was it musical at first, like instrumental or vocal?
Just vocal. It's always been vocal. I actually started singing karaoke, and Trini Triggs kind of hyped me up, and then over the year did a couple of contests, and over the years got to like I want to pursue this, and then I had a heavy metal band for about a year and a half, and then joined a Southern rock band for about 8 months, and then realized I needed to do my own and went solo in the country, and that was the best thing I ever did.
Did songwriting start during that transition as well? Because usually when you go from rock, metal to country, that's usually why. It's because of original music, being more vulnerable, things like that.
Yeah, and it was funny because in country music, or a lot of you see a lot of cover bands.
Yeah.
And heavy metal, you write your own music. It's all original music. You're not going covering somebody's rock song.
Sure.
And so when I transitioned over to country music, well, I was already writing songs. I have one that's called "Keep On Moving" that I wrote when I had my rock band. That was so dear to me, I moved it over to country. And when I released the Shane Training album, I redid it for that. And but yeah, no, I wrote the first album with 2 buddies of mine. One passed away, and Jason Stiles and Tim Grigsby. Tim, we lost him, but Jason's still here. And then this album, I started teaming up with Nashville songwriters, and just to try to broaden the scope.
Yeah.
And see what other content I can come up with.
Who's some of the songwriters on the new project?
Chad Wilson, Betsy Walter, Jeff Claiborne, the one 250 that's coming out in June. Rick Wiley. So just, and then I'm actually going to be working with Stan Paul Davis, not for this album, but we're working. I met him. He wrote "Today's Lonely Fool," and he wrote a couple of songs for Tracy Lawrence and a few other people. But we're actually going to get together and try to come up with some stuff as well.
How has that changed your content, do you think, right? Going from writing with friends and people local to you to going to Nashville and writing with some of those folks?
Man, it's a big jump. It's a big difference. You see a broader spectrum in terms of the structures and verbiage and just the deliveries, and of course you have your own original deliveries. And this is Betsy. It was funny. She wrote a song, and an artist had taken it, and they put their feel on it, and she was like, "Well, that's not the direction I thought," but it's up to the artist's interpretation.
Yep.
Same thing with another song, and he was like, "Well, I didn't write it like that." And I'm like, "No, you didn't." But my vision for it, I see it as this, and so that's the only thing. Sometimes the writers they get attached to the song, and they're like, "Oh, it should be this way," but then the artist sees it, but other than that, everything's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
Does that happen a lot where there's a little bit of give and take between the writer and the artist and trying to kind of meet in the middle, so to speak?
Yes and no. You sometimes you get to where you're like, well, I mean, I just, you either say, well, I can't do this, or you just, there's time where, as Betsy said, once she writes it, she gave it birth, and then she disassociates herself from it and lets the artist, make it, theirs, they can do their interpretation. But I love working with her. And Rick and the others, and they're really, really, really good. It's been a pleasure working with them. And then my producer, Justine Blazer, meeting her was like a godsend. She has helped. She's the one that did the Margarita Villain, and she's working on this new album with me. And oh my gosh, she's right spot on with it.
Yeah, the new single, or not the new single, but the current single that we just played, Margarita Villain, it's charting really, really well. Is this the first song you've had on the charts?
It is. It is. And the promoter was like, "Man, you're just coming out and actually hitting radio." He said, "It's going to be kind of tough." And I said, "I understand. I'm here for it. Everything I've fought through in this career along the way has not been easy. I've assembled a team finally.
Yep.
My fiance and her mom and a couple others. They've been helping like with booking and managing and helping with a lot of stuff, helping. So it's taken a lot of pressure off of me, but it's just been. I mean, it's still a lot of people. It's just trying to get to where we are. So anyway, when he said it's going to be kind of tough, and then he called me, it debuted at 74. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it good? And he's like, dude, that's huge.
Very
and
good.
then the following week it hit 65, and then it went to 60. Then it went to 60. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, look, there's some stations that didn't get in time on the reporting. He said, we're gonna be in the 50s next week. I'm like, oh man, this is huge.
What's it like seeing your name up there with some of your heroes, man? I imagine you're a big Texas country fan as it is, right?
I am, and also some of the top artists. I mean, I'm beating Zach Top on one of his songs, and
Yeah.
he's kind of fell down. I'm up there above him, and some of those are like, man, it's pretty fun.
Just in the same, I'm just looking in the same 10 songs. Like within 10 songs of you got Wade Bowen, Paul Cawthon, Flatland Cavalry, Frank Ray, Courtney Patton, Co Wetzel's right there, Parker McCullum, like. And then you just see Shane Pons, right? Like,
it's huge to be like in like your name is in there with like some of the other greats. You're just like, holy crap.
Yeah, and this is after 3 weeks, dude. This is a top 60 single after only 3 weeks. Has a 106 spin increase over last week. Anytime you have a triple-digit spin increase, that's incredible. Just so in case you didn't know, that's really, really good stuff. And that's typically how you can tell if a song is going to be a fast riser is if it has triple spin increase over the prior week. So congratulations, man. That's big stuff.
Chris, I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Yeah, and like I said, dude, the song title is everything, man. Like, I feel like people are going to listen just from that, right? Like, just having an incredible song title.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, are you talking about Margaritaville? Like, no, not Margaritaville. It's Margarita Villain. And when we go to play, I'm like, do we got any parrot heads in the house? Any Jimmy Buffett fans?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, this is my interpretation. So,
were you a writer on this song as well?
I was not.
So who was on this song?
This is so bad. I do not. I have it, but I don't have it. It's in the all the paperwork. It was actually shopped to me by a song plugger, and I heard it about 2 years ago, and I didn't have the money to register it for the license. And somebody, I was like, well, it'll be there when I get, tomorrow when I put my check in the bank. And I go back and somebody else registered it. I'm like, dead gummit. And so I sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and they never put it out. I was like, oh my gosh, they never put it out. So I called the plugger back and I was like, hey man, what's going on with that? He's like, well, their license, mechanical license, runs out on this date. And I'm like, really? And I said, boy, I was sitting there waiting. I was waiting, and they didn't renew, and I got it. And boy, it was on from then.
Yeah,
And
it's a great tune, man. I think I mean, it doesn't surprise me that it's doing well in Texas at all, right? I mean, it's a very Texas-sounding song, especially down towards the beaches and stuff. Um, but I'm excited for you, dude. Congratulations on it, and we do have a huge feature as well. You have you alluded to a song called 250. I think it's the title of the song is 250, right?
250. It's we call it 250,
Okay,
and it's dedicated to 250th anniversary of America.
right.
The military, basically, just every American. It's kind of a Rick Wiley who wrote it. I called him. He's my bass player. I called him and I said, "Hey man," and him and my guitar player. I said, "Guys, we need a song for 250th anniversary of America." And they were like, "Yeah, we do." And of course, we were traveling to a show, and about 5 days later, he reaches out to me. He said, "I got it." And so he sent it to me, and I listened to it. And I was like, "Man, okay, that's not what I was thinking, but okay." And I was talking to Tracy, my fiance, and she was like, she fell in love with it instantly. And I was driving home one night on April 5th, and I seen flags flying, and I was like, oh man. And I was listening to the song, and I was like, okay, God, that's my sign. So I turned around on the highway and I went back and I took a picture of it. I was like, this is my aha moment. I'm going down the highway, and then there's another flag, then there's another flag, and there's like 5 flags. Then the next day, I'm going to her house, and there's a cemetery, and it had probably 13 or 50, 20 flags flying. And the wind was blowing; they're all flying straight. And I was like, "This is this. I mean, this is it. Slap me in the face." And so I called Justine. I said, "Hey, girl, I got a song, and we need to rush through it." She was like, "I'm here for it." And so we got in there and started putting it together. And I was driving home, listening to it, working on it, getting ready to do the vocal stuff, my vocal performance on it. And I was like, this needs a choir. This needs an orchestra. And then so we started going left and right on it. And I called my keyboard player. I said, hey, bro, I need you to help me get an orchestra on it. So keyboard comes in. And then I called my old vocal instructor. I said, hey, girl, I need a choir. So she's like, I got you. And so we just put everything together and sent it over to her. And man, it came out. Man, we debuted it on the 9th, February 9th, and about 60% of the people came to me crying. So man, that thing, it brought tears to their eyes.
And the song's
And
not technically out yet. It's not out to streaming platforms or anything like that. You're planning on releasing that next month, right?
it comes out on June 5th. Some radio stations are starting to play it now. Doing a radio push for it next week. Again, start getting it out there. Start pushing it. I want it out. I want people to hear it before the 4th of July, before the 250th anniversary of America.
Yeah, and this, to my knowledge, I think this will be the first time on the internet that it'll be played. So that's always
Correct.
exciting to debut new music here on the show, and I appreciate you letting us do that. That's really dope stuff. So we always put our artists on the spot every week. I'm
Oh
about to
goodness.
put you in the hot seat, Shane. So
Oh
every
goodness.
week we have what's called Pick of the Week, and this week is Shane's Pick of the Week. So that means you get to pick a song, any song. And a lot of artists will pick a song that inspired them in some way, or a song they're currently obsessed with, or they'll pick a song from a fellow artist they want to give more exposure to. And so you now have Pick of the Week, and I have stalled long enough. So what song would you like for your Pick of the Week?
Oh man. One song is dear to me that I'm actually going to that I'm actually in the process of re-recording. It's Craig Morgan's "God Must Really Love Me."
I love it. Okay, cool. All right, so that's going to be Shane's pick of the week. "God Must Really Love Me" by Craig Morgan, who's a very unheralded artist as well, by the way. More people should know who Craig is. Incredible vocalist.
I agree.
Much like you, very, very good vocalist, by the way. I enjoy your vocals, Shane. And I appreciate you coming on to chat about your music and the new song, letting us debut a brand new song. And, of course, playing the Margarita Villain, which obviously is going to be a top 50 hit. Probably going to go at least top 30 would be my prediction, and we'll see if that's true or not. You can email me back if it hits top 30, if I'm right on that. But I think it's going to. Based on the stats I'm seeing, I think it's probably going to go at least top 30, if not higher. And congratulations on the debut single having that much success, dude.
Chris, I really appreciate you, brother.
No problem. And guys, you make sure you're following along with Shane. It is Shane Pons, PONS.com. You're going to be able to find out all of his tour dates there. He sells merch there. He has his music listed there. Anytime he has new stuff happening, you can go there as well. His Facebook is at shane.pons.official, and YouTube is Shane Pons. Instagram is Shane_Pons_music, and TikTok is at Shane Pons Official. So you guys follow along on your favorite platform. And Shane, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Man, thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate you and all your viewers, man. Thank y'all.
No problem. And you have a good rest of your night, and we're going to get into the music.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys, if you are watching on YouTube, unfortunately, I have to let you guys go right here. We are not allowed to play copywritten music on YouTube without them stopping us from being live. So I'm going to end our YouTube broadcast right now. But if you are watching on YouTube, join us.